Yeah. Oh, it's the light thing. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
Attack in 2016. A dozen people killed that time. Nearly 50 injured when a terrorist plowed a truck into the crowded Berlin market 3 years ago. And experts in Maryland are working to determine the value of some anonymous jewelry that was dropped into a Salvation Army kettle a few days ago. Salvation Army Captain Ryan Vincent says several pieces of very expensive jewelry were deposited in the kettle at a grocery store in Annapolis, Maryland this week. He said the items included a Tiffany bracelet that they've determined is worth over $12,000. A donation will help feed needy children for a year,
I don't want
he
to
says.
play anything.
For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
No, I don't want to do that.
The
I don't
opinions
want
expressed
to
on this program
play
are
anything
those of the
that's
host and do not express the
potentially
views of WVBF
ASCAP or
ownership
anything
Hometown
else,
Talk
you know.
Radio. Content aired
Don't
on
wanna
all
take that
programs are those of the host and their guests.
I mean, usually I would. Usually I'd say yeah, but no. It's too risky. Can't do it.
Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns?
What's that you think?
It's time for the
That
Middleboro
was the
Week in
phone.
Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay
Why
tuned
touching
for
the phone?
news, Middleboro News.
Putting it up.
Here on AM
And then
1530 WVBF.
getting it ready.
Hey, Joey, what's happening?
They shouldn't do that. Time's over. And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the December the 22nd edition of Middleboro in Review. It is a very cold Sunday morning here. Oh, it's a very cold Sunday morning here. I'm not sure what's up with the phones today. But it's a good, very cold Sunday morning, and it's 7:08 a.m., which means it's time for Middleboro in Review. And I'm joined by Dawn. Good morning.
Good morning, John. Joe. I'm Don. You're Joe. It's really Don. There's another Don over in the corner. The mysterious Don.
I'm
How
not
you
sure
doing?
what's up with the phones today.
Because you're touching them, that's why. You
Making
fiddle
noise.
with
I don't know. It's
them.
making
What,
noise.
little gremlins in the phone lines this morning?
I guess so. It's making noises and something's wrong with it.
Don't touch the phone then. Right?
I don't have it on program.
Okay.
So, and I have it off today. So
I hope you get.
we're not taking phone
hope you
calls
get-
today.
I hope you get inundated with calls.
We're not taking phone calls today. I wanted to, but I don't know what's up with
Oh,
the
you went to
phones.
switch the phones on, and that's why it's making that crazy noise.
Yeah, I don't know what happened
Squirrely
there.
noise.
Oh well. Well, we won't take phone calls today.
You probably got people dying to call in today, though. They're in line.
We will take phone calls. We'll take phone calls next week for our end of the year program here. Oh, your blue mic. I had the green mic up.
Oh, you're good.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, is this green mic? No, that's one of them is green mic. No, that one is. Okay.
Green mic's on the right.
We're good. We're good. I We're good.
Come on,
Okay.
Morty, make up your mind.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday. All right.
It's
So
Sunday. You're supposed to have your mics on.
we did wrong one, but we did. Mine was on, and you had the wrong one on. But everyone can hear you, right?
I hope so.
Yep. You're good. You got levels. All right. So now that we have that all set, here on this very cold Sunday morning,
Icy.
25
It's
degrees.
been really icy this week.
Yeah.
They will take care of walking out there with the ice. I think it's supposed to be up in the 40s later on today. So hopefully we'll lose some of this ice.
So,
Dry conditions coming.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get the issues that we have with the phone lines. I'm not sure what that is. Hopefully that's not major. We can get that fixed for next weekend's show, the final show of the final Middleboro review of the year. Yeah, we'll take phone calls that week. Yeah, I'll have like a question out there and take phone calls next week. But this week, we're not taking phone calls. So, yesterday was the Patriots game. And they won. They did. They picked up the victory. They are officially, for the 11th year in a row, AFC champions. AFC East champions, I should say. And they beat the Buffalo Bills. And it was a pretty good game, too. It was a 7-point game, I believe. And let me just make 100% sure of that. Yeah, 24-17. That was the final score. And it was a pretty good game. It kind of came down to the last 2 minutes of the game. We made a big stop towards the end of the after the 2-minute warning. We made a huge 4th down stop. They were close to getting into the end zone, but we were able to stop them, and that was really good that we did, because we are, for the 11th year in a row, AFC East champions. That's a pretty good streak, don't you think?
I heard that Devin McCourty, he's always been in the playoff, because he's always been with the Patriots, I believe.
Yeah.
He's never not seen a playoff. Imagine that. Being a player and always being in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. That's amazing. Talk about a run. Those guys are just awesome. And everyone else is just jealous. Everyone I've had town and city, just jealous of them. It's when they, because they're a really good team.
Absolutely, they are.
Always
Absolutely.
been. Bill Belichick is an amazing coach. He's probably going to go down in history as probably one of the best coaches in the NFL. Hands down.
Absolutely.
And that team, Brady and Belichick, it's just, they should start a sitcom when they retire. The Brady and Belichick show. I remember to watch it.
I think they'll get their own radio show. At some point.
I don't know. Yeah.
In some market, they'll get their own radio program, and
yeah.
So yeah, other games that happened yesterday. San Fran, the 49ers, they beat the Rams 34-31. The Rams.
That's a close game, huh?
Yeah, the Rams compared to last year have fallen quite a bit.
That's a 3-point game, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
A good game, but San Francisco was able to win. LA has fallen off a little bit, but I know they'll be back next year. I know they'll be back. I don't even know if they're completely out of it playoff-wise this year. I think they're still in it, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll look that up. But they are, they weren't that good this year, but I'm sure they'll be back next year. LA's got a good team and a good coach, so they'll definitely be back next year. Another game that happened, the 1:00 game that happened yesterday, was Houston versus Tampa, and that was another close game. All of these games were decided by no more than 7 points. Houston beat Tampa 23-20. So very close games on the Saturday for the NFL. We got some important games this week for especially Baltimore versus Cleveland. We got going on today at 1:00. Cleveland needs a win because they're 6-8 right now. They need a win here. It would be good if they get the win, because we're in a battle with Baltimore for the number 1 seed, and we could still get it. We could still get the number 1 seed. It's not completely out of the realm of possibility.
Are you saying Cleveland's still in the playoff?
No, I'm saying Baltimore is number 1 seed.
Oh.
Cleveland, I don't know if they're still in it or if they're eliminated. I'm not 100% sure. They're 6-8. So if they were to lose today, I think they would definitely be out. They would be completely out. I think if they would lose today.
I think that team surprised everyone.
Yeah.
Considering they haven't been really playing too well in the last few years.
Yeah. Another team that surprised me, but not in a good way, was Oakland. They've kind of fallen apart too. They're 6-8. They're facing off against another team that surprised me, and not in a good way. The LA Chargers. They're 5-9. LA's looking to win to get to 6-9. They're both pretty much out of the playoffs. Denver is facing off against Detroit. Denver's pretty much done. They're looking to win here, though. Detroit's 3-10-1. Kind of a disappointing year for Detroit, but I think they're slowly getting better. Detroit, I think, will be there at some point. We'll be in the playoffs. They're getting closer. They're not 100% there, I think, but they're going to be getting closer every year. And I think at some point soon they'll make the playoffs. Seattle. Seattle versus Arizona today. Seattle's looking to continue their great play of football. They're 11-3 right now. That team's always dangerous. Seattle's always dangerous. Very good team. They're facing off against Arizona, who didn't do that good this year, but I think are making improvements. They're 4-9-1, so they're making improvements slowly but surely. They're moving up. I think the most important game today, at least, that we're gonna see is Dallas versus Philadelphia. This is pretty much a battle for the NFC East, I believe. And this is going to be a battle for that. Let me look that up. Let me just make sure I'm saying the right division. I don't want to say a wrong division. Here, let's see. It's the AFC East. Yes, the NFC East. It's a battle for the NFC East. They're both tied at 7-7. A win for either team would do wonders for them winning the AFC East. I mean, not the AFC East, the NFC East. And that's pretty much a conference that's a division that's kind of fallen. That's not always a good division. These two teams who are fighting for it are 500 teams, 7-7 right now. So we'll see who wins that one. I think that's the most important one of the Sunday. I mean, you have Kansas City, who's facing off against Chicago, and then you have Minnesota and Green Bay, which would be the most interesting one. Green Bay 11-3, Minnesota 10-4. But I think the most important game of the day will be Dallas versus Philadelphia. A lot of people are paying attention to that one in the NFC East. So, enough football for now. And we're going to take a break here. But we want to mention first, Williams Trading Post. They're located at 556 Wareham Street in Middleboro, Massachusetts. Their number is 508-947-1598. We're getting close to Christmas. Christmas is this Wednesday, so time is slowly running out to get your Christmas antiques and your Christmas trees and wreaths and other Christmas-related plants. So make sure to go to Williams Trading Post between now and Wednesday. We will be right back here on Middleboro in Review. And when we come back, we'll have some pretty interesting articles to talk about here on the December 22nd edition of Middleboro in Review on WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. You can also find us on TuneIn at Hometown Talk Radio. We'll be right back.
Do you have a call then?
What? No, I gotta call.
You didn't call him yesterday when I told you to call?
No. I'll call him. Well,
Let's go online and find out if they have a closing date. Let them know on the next commercial.
yeah.
It was important that you should have called them.
Alright.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms.
29.
Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm
No
meal,
closing date,
clothing,
yeah.
shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We
There's
have
no
members
exact
from
date
nearly
yet.
all 50 states and living abroad.
And it says
Many
Christmas
members
season.
continue to serve in our armed forces, with several
There's
serving
no
in combat areas now. We sponsor
date when
and
it's gonna
or
close,
participate
though.
in many motorcycle-related
I'll
charity
call 'em
events
today.
each year. And as
They're
a
open
nonprofit
today.
organization,
So I'll
donate
call
to
'em.
various veteran care facilities
Yeah,
and veteran
Sunday,
charities.
9 to 5.
To learn more about the
let
Combat
them know
Veteran
that.
Motorcycle
Okay.
Association
Yeah, I'll
and
kinda call 'em
how
today,
you can
and,
join or
Well,
support,
you should have called him yesterday.
please
I
visit
told you. How come you didn't call him yesterday?
cvma2-2.org.
I
I know. I know you reminded me.
I just think it would be better if you could
Hi,
tell the
this is
customer.
Jim
what
Lyman.
time you are.
Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2
You don't
o'clock
think
here
that
on
makes sense,
WVBF, the sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll
Who's,
have some
listening
great
on
Irish
Facebook?
music, some folk, traditional,
A ton of people?
country, and contemporary,
Really?
and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you
Scott
laugh, some
Mullen,
Irish comedy. That's Sundays from
Irene
noon to 2
Springer,
right here on
Johnny Ray
WVBF.
Justice is on. Hey,
1530
Johnny.
in Middleboro and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
Let's see here. What do we got here? Oh yeah, your commercial. 112, enter.
TJ Driscoll
This one, and
Construction
then another
is
one,
based in
and
Wareham,
then
Massachusetts,
yours commercial.
serving South Shore
Yeah,
area
Spark Street as
and
well.
Cape
And
Cod
this
for
one.
30 years.
Yeah, I'm
They
gonna
specialize
do
in septic
this
equipment
one,
and
Tony's,
landscaping.
yours,
Call
and then Spark
TJ
Street.
Driscoll Construction at 508
Gotta get 'em all done.
7966.
So,
Septic repair.
Gotta get 'em all-
New septic
all done, yeah.
systems. Retaining walls, foundations, and excavation. Lawn
Who else is
installations.
listening?
Tree and shrub installations.
just the people I mentioned.
TJ Driscoll Construction. Again,
Scott,
the number is
Eileen, and Johnny.
508-735-7966. Call them today. You will not be
You gonna talk
disappointed.
about the police dog when you come back in?
Yes, and I'm gonna mention the Middleboro police citizens thing again.
Times change, and now
I'm gonna mention it up until the 9th.
Talk Radio with me, Tony Lopes, every Monday
Just,
through
so
Friday,
people
starting
know,
at 8:30
people are
a.m.
informed.
More calls, more issues, more guests.
And then
more
there's still
questions.
this
Join
Christmas
us
concert
every day,
that,
Monday through
today,
Friday,
too, that,
starting at
I'm gonna
8:30
mention.
a.m. for Hometown Talk Radio.
still plenty of
only
things to
on
mention
AM
today.
1530
Box
WVBF.
Street, that's right.
Spark Street. Yep. Still plenty of stuff to mention.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton,
You don't have to play
Massachusetts,
me,
offers
sure.
the highest quality
Get back.
collision repair and
Uh,
complete
next
auto
time.
service
I'm gonna
for your
play you.
car. They are a direct repair
Yeah,
shop
commercial,
for all
huh?
major insurance
I'm
companies.
doing
You can
all
reach
of them,
them at
yeah.
508-583
Doing all of them.
I technically don't sponsor your show.
They're open Monday through
Yeah, but
Thursday, 8 to 5.
I like to
and
play
8
it,
to 4
'cause
on Fridays.
you are a
Call
sponsor
them
of the
today.
station.
You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
And anything I can play, I'll play.
Daycare School Removal Services is the company to call to get
Oh, yeah, I gotta get my,
anything
today in
you need to
history
do
up,
around
too.
your house done any time of the year. You can call them at 508
We don't have many.
725-2334.
We don't have many of
They
those.
remove construction debris,
I'm not gonna say
metals,
much today.
Yeah,
railway
fine.
ties,
Just gotta find them.
tires, appliances,
When it comes to
paints,
that.
and much, much more.
We do have something train related for the today in
Asphalt,
history.
yard removal,
I won't
brush,
mention it until then.
logs and leaves.
You'll just have to.
Also, basements,
You'll just have to guess what it
attics,
is, I guess.
garages,
wake me up, Joey. I'm
houses,
falling asleep
and
already.
property in general. Again,
20
the
minutes of
number is
football.
Oh, you hope- yeah.
508-725-2334.
It wasn't 20 minutes, it was 10.
Call them today.
Not 20.
You will not be disappointed.
I had to get those thoughts out of my head because
Yeah, you really haven't been talking to Fell too much.
yeah, I had to do that. I had to talk
He's
about
good
it
though.
because there is a major matchup tonight, or well today, in the NFC East that needed to be mentioned because that's gonna be
You guys
huge.
talk about the dog? Or?
Yes,
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
let's do that next.
We gotta get Katie Lee in here to do the bass for you.
Katie Lee. Yeah, absolutely. And welcome back to Middleboro in review here for December 22nd. We're joined by Dawn again. Good morning. How was your week, by the way, Dawn?
Compared to what?
Yeah. Again, just want to remind everyone, if you're trying to call in today, we're not taking phone calls. Not sure what's going on with the phones, but we did have a little bit of feedback with the phones, so not taking phone calls today. We will take phone calls next week,
You're
for
not
sure.
gonna take the call from Santa? Even if Santa called? I thought Santa was gonna call. Did Santa take off yet? No, he doesn't take off until like the 24th.
He doesn't take off until tomorrow night, or well, Christmas Eve morning at about 2 o'clock.
I remember all through your childhood, you'd always put on the NORAD Santa tracker.
Yes, yeah. So NORAD, they estimate that he leaves at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve. Because I always get up to track him.
Imagine if Santa had to deal with customs now, all these countries.
Yeah.
I think it would take him 2 months to get all his presents delivered.
Absolutely, yeah.
How's he do it in 24 hours? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Think
I don't
about
know.
it.
Yeah, that
I mean-
is something to think about.
I mean, he's climbing down chimneys in some places, right?
Yeah.
And then he has to go like through the doors, there's no chimneys in some places. He does it real quiet. Doesn't set any alarms off. All right, those big bad Dobermans over, they don't bother him. I don't know. He really does a good job. I think he can get in, get out. He should go into the package business or something. I think more people would use him.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
So, that's pretty good. 24. Is it 24 hours, Joey? Is it exactly 24 hours?
It's probably a little bit more than
a
that.
little more than that.
Probably.
Do you remember where he starts? Where he started out? Where he starts? Where Santa starts?
I think it's somewhere in like Siberia, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
Siberia.
I think so. Don't quote me on that because I don't remember. I have to look, but I don't really remember. I think it's Siberia, Russia. I'm not 100% sure.
He has to do like Mach 20
Yeah.
in his sleigh. They get all that taken care of. Stops and everything like that. Every single house, every single hut, every single condo, every single everything.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a present. Except you. And me. Because he's listening to the show. But he can't call in. He's like, I can't call in. Let's give them. But he must have a list of like all the naughty people too, though. Don't get presents.
Yeah.
So maybe his roots gets cut in half, maybe.
Yeah.
So now it's believable because there's a lot of naughty people out there who don't get presents. So now it's believable. But everybody, 24-hour period, that's pretty good. Santa's got a good clockwork, you know. But I mean, if he ever got tangled up with customs, though, then I don't think he'd be able to do it 24 hours. So he must have an agreement with the United Nations that he could just go scot-free. He doesn't have to deal with customs or doesn't need passport, doesn't need visa, doesn't need any of that.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
it's Christmas time, so we should talk Santa
Yeah.
and snowmen and ice and Christmas trees.
The one thing we are going to be talking about pretty soon is the year 2020. We're there almost. About 9 days left in the decade. Wow. Wow. This year has gone by really quick. Really quick.
This month's gone by super duper quick.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we're close to the end of one decade and starting a new decade.
You know what I noticed though, because I do a lot of driving, South Shore for the oil company I work for. Not many people put out lights this year. Not as much as last year. I do notice it. Few people putting lights out, but there's one house in Braintree. It's right on Union Street. It's right off the highway. This guy decks his house up every year. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's so many lights. It's right off of Union Street exit, heading towards Weymouth, right on the right-hand side. It's just, people are always in front taking pictures and stuff like that. That guy's been doing that for about, I don't know, 10 years anyway. But some people like doing that. And then a lot of people I've noticed who used to put a lot of lights, cut down big time. It's here. It snuck up on us a little faster than I think.
Yeah.
It really did.
Absolutely.
Christmas is only 3 days.
Thanksgiving kind of passed real
That's
quick.
what it was.
Real
That's
quick.
what it was. Everyone, you normally have that extra week after Thanksgiving, but we didn't. It was like right into Christmas. I mean,
pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. It
so
was.
I hope everyone
just
enjoys
like that.
their Christmas, and the meaning of Christmas isn't all the marketing and all the presents and all the junk. That's what it is. All the stuff you buy is just junk. It's gonna end up in your attic. It's gonna end in your basement. And you're gonna be paying some removal company to remove it in about 5 years.
So, now that it is winter, yesterday was the first day of winter. Also, yesterday was the shortest day of the year as well. So, technically, this is the shortest Sunday of the year.
Yeah, I'd say it is.
Yeah,
But it's going in the right direction.
it's going in the right direction now.
And you start noticing it around end of January, beginning of February.
Yes.
And it's a morale boost. I mean, it could be 5 degrees out and 200 inches of snow on the ground. But if you look out the window and it's like 5 o'clock and it's still light out,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And that just teases you because February is a brutal month around here.
It is.
Cold but it's just, oh, well, spring's here because it's 5 minutes to 5 or it's 5 o'clock and we still get some sort of sunlight out there. So that helps.
Absolutely.
But we still gotta get January.
So, this afternoon, the Central United Methodist Church is going to be hosting a free holiday music performance. A special performance, Sing Christmas, by Joel Renee and Mary McDonald, will take place today at 3 p.m. at the Central United Methodist Church at 14 School Street in Middleboro. This performance includes singers from 5 local churches ranging in age from 9 to 80 years old. Instrumentalists from several local organizations will also take part in this remarkable piece, which introduces new arrangements and highlights traditional seasonal music with flair. The church is accessible and admission is free. Refreshments will be served. For information, email info@middleboroumc.com or call 505-947-2612.
That's good they're doing it this weekend because it's Christmas season. Everyone's in the spirit. This is it. This is going to be the Christmas week, and all these concerts and programs are happening. They didn't do it in October, middle of November, or early December. They're doing it now. They're doing it a few days before Christmas, and you had the Christmas party too, right? For McCam.
Yeah.
And they had that. What was that? Thursday. What day was that? Friday. Thursday. That's when you have a Christmas party. A few days before Christmas. And tell everyone about that beautiful studio they have there now.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely beautiful. Very a lot of space there now, and there's a lot of things to do at that studio. They have a place for podcasts. They have a studio for TV and a studio to do shows. So it's a really amazing studio now.
Everyone involved who designed and did the building of that did a did an awesome job.
Absolutely.
It's the old bank building on the corner of Main Street and what's the other street there on the corner? Come on, you should know this. This show's called Middleboro Review.
I know.
Around the corner, the old bank building. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
If you're in Middleboro, you know where the old bank building
Yeah.
is. But it's right there on the corner, and it's on the first floor, and it is unbelievable. It's nicer than major network studios I've seen, in my opinion. It's right on the corner, and they did such a wonderful job. The planning committee, everybody who was involved with that did such a wonderful job. It's so nice. What a gem. Right in the middle of Middleborough Center, too. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's state of the art, and I was really impressed on how it came out. And I take my hats off to everybody who was involved with that, especially Karen, who was charge over there. She did such a wonderful job over there, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it's the nicest studio I've ever seen, to be honest with you, anywhere. So I think that Middleborough Metcam is the envy of the whole South Shore with that studio. But they've always been one ahead of every other town. Karen always made sure of that. They've always been one ahead. Always been cutting edge. They've always had more to do. Middleborough itself, I mean, with Middleborough Education TV and MatCam, they cover so much because a lot of towns have to cover everything. They cover the schools, they cover the government stuff, but at least Middleborough can split it up, and they cover everything. So, I mean, you tell me. You've been filming since you were 15. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah,
as far as
they have a great staff of people who do a lot for the community, and they do a lot to provide programming and to make sure programming gets on the air in Middleborough, in board subject meetings, school committee meetings,
right.
Planning board meetings,
the
events.
The school committee meetings is Middleborough Education, and that's led by Adam, right?
Yes.
So it's just they cover everything, so they can cover more. Yes. They don't have to limit to I know Lakeville, they only have one entity that covers everything. But Middleborough always has been the envy of pretty much in that the broadcasting part. You tell me. Didn't you work last week? Didn't you do something last week?
Yeah.
What?
Last week.
Cat your tongue. What'd you do?
Historical Commission.
Right.
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're still active. They're still calling you to do some filming and stuff over there. So, and what else do you do Joey, this weekend? This week?
This week? I was here.
COA.
Really a COA to the volunteer.
Yeah, what did you do when the council agent, middleboro council agent?
I did the newsletters.
Okay.
That are going to be going out to people in Middleborough. I helped with those.
Yeah, did you work with anybody, or did you do it yourself?
I worked with a lot of volunteers. There was quite a few volunteers there helping out as well. And it was a really, really fun experience getting to do that.
That's Christmas. That is Christmas. That's your Christmas present to the community. Doing stuff like that. Hosting a show and talking about other people's. That's what Christmas is all about. It's not what's going on in the mall. It's smiling at somebody, being kind, holding the door for somebody. I don't know. That's what it's all about, and I hope it all goes back to that. I mean, I know the retailers need to make money, and I understand that, and this is what they count on. But I think more people are just going back in traditional way of doing things. As far as Christmas, I've seen that a lot this year. And the malls aren't as busy. Maybe a lot of people are just buying online, I guess, now too. Who knows? I'm sure people are still buying stuff. But volunteer at the COA, help somebody out, help a neighbor. Make sure a neighbor in need has something to eat on Christmas Day. We could drop in and say hello. There's a lot of people who live by this is lonely. They just want to, and sometimes they might not have family members that'll come out to see them, or they can't get out to see their family members. They might be out of state. So it's real important. That's what Christmas is all about, in my opinion. Christmas is special. Christmas is something in the heart. It's nothing to do with the money part. Giving gifts is nice. Everyone likes a present though, under the tree. But there's a lot of people who don't have trees out, and that's my. I'm not gonna call it a rant. I'm just gonna call it a offer of Christmas, because this is the Christmas show for Middleboro and Newview. Our first Christmas show, technically, right, Joe?
Yes.
So, I don't know. He's clamming up over there about Christmas.
And staying on the
Christmas thing?
Staying on the topic of helping and also helping people and helping people who are in need. Horizons for Homeless Children is seeking donations to support children in need in Hyannis, Bourne, and Falmouth this holiday season. Donations are accepted in a number of ways, including through the organization's Amazon Holiday Wish List, which allows items to be purchased online and shipped to the organization's office in Middleborough. Those interested in helping also can print out or email giving flyers to be shared with colleagues, friends, and family members, or print out giving tree tags to help families meet their exact needs. Donations also can be made directly to the organization. Unwrapped items can be mailed to Horizons for Homeless Children, 25 Wareham Street, Suite 2-23, Middleborough, Massachusetts, 02346. Donations also can be dropped off in person from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you plan to drop off, please connect with a staff member in advance by calling 508-510-3250. For more information about Horizons for Homeless Children, visit horizonschildren.org.
Okay. You had to add about you had a story about a dog?
I do, but we need to take a commercial break because we are getting a little bit late with the commercials.
Okay,
It's
well.
7:46 here on WVBF, 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. You can also listen to us on TuneIn. Just search up Hometown Talk Radio or Hometown Talk, and you'll find us on TuneIn. Also, we have an Audio Now number. It's 1-605-562-7958. You can listen to our show and any other show on WVBF from your phone. Anywhere you have cell phone connection. And also, stay tuned after the program to listen to Bread of Life, which is coming up at 8 a.m. And we will be right back here on Middleboro in Review. Please start.
Yeah, definitely read that.
Yes.
Don't forget,
Yeah, it's
I would emphasize as far as Blues Transports today. They're open. Give them the hours and everything for today.
yeah.
Just today could be their last day, Joe. You never know.
Yeah, no,
They could
yeah.
be out of stock.
Absolutely.
We'll take a ride by there on
All right.
the way to Wareham. Come on, Morty. Let's go.
All right, here we go.
Hi,
Sorry.
this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock
I
here
would
on
know by
WBBF. The
I know,
Sound of
right?
Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and
Too quick.
contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WBBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
Times change, and now you can hear Hometown Talk
I don't
Radio
even think
with
I'll get
me,
to the
Tony
Sea-Wise
Lopes, every
Giant
Monday
thing.
through Friday,
I don't
starting
even
at
think I'll get to the
8:30
Sea-Wise
a.m.
Giant
More
thing.
calls, more issues,
Yeah, I don't think I'm
more
gonna get to
guests,
it.
more
Christmas.
questions.
Let's talk about
Join us
Christmas.
every day.
We'll get to
Monday
it
through
next
Friday,
week. Talk about the,
starting at
talk about
8:30
the dog.
a.m.
Yeah.
Hometown Talk
And then we'll
Radio,
talk more about
only
Christmas.
on AM
Like, you can say
1530
something. You're clearing up.
WBBF.
What's your problem?
Fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine. Dang it.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United
saying
States
plenty of
Armed
stuff.
Forces who ride motorcycles as a
trying to talk
hobby.
about Mad Cam.
Our mission is to support those who have defended our
Just put a
country
duct tape
and
across
freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran
so this-
care
this is-
facilities provide
this
a warm meal, clothing,
article is
shelter, and guidance.
listed as
Or
Middleboro,
simply to say thank
CBS.
you and welcome home. We
So,
have members from nearly all 50
where's
states
the
and living
animal
abroad.
cemetery? That
Many
is,
members
in
continue to
Middleboro?
serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Okay, 112. Enter.
TJ Driscoll Construction is based in Wareham, Massachusetts.
Angel View.
Serving South
Angel
Shore
View
area
Pet Cemetery.
for
Yeah, that's
30
up.
years. They specialize in
Middleboro.
septic repair and landscaping.
I think they had it there.
TJ Driscoll Construction.
Because it's listed as Middleboro.
735-7966.
Doesn't say in the
Septic
article
repair,
where it was.
New septic systems.
It's listed,
retaining walls,
when the article starts,
foundations,
Middleboro,
excavation,
CBS.
lawn installations,
So I'm guessing that's
tree
where it
and
took
shrub
place.
installations.
Yeah, probably.
The article.
There's not many of them. There's not many. That's
Again,
Yeah.
the number is
Yes.
508-735-7966. Call them today.
Is there another
You will
one?
not be
Oh,
disappointed.
Spark Street. Spark Street. Forgot about that.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair.
What's this? I don't remember putting this
here.
yet.
For your car.
401 Holiday Safety
All major
PSA.
insurance companies.
I remember putting
You
that
can
there.
reach them at 508
It's on my thing.
1495. They're open.
Okay, I better play it. It's on my thing. I don't know what it is, but I better
on
play it.
Fridays. Call them today. You will
It's
not
on my
be disappointed.
thing for some
508
reason.
583
I think Chris put it there.
1495.
I better play it.
Hi, this is District Attorney Tom Quinn. My family and I would like to wish you a happy and healthy holiday season. Unfortunately, the holiday season also comes with some potential danger. That danger comes from drinking and driving. I urge everyone to please be responsible this holiday season.
supposed to play the
If you are
first
going
match
out
you
with
play?
friends
Oh,
or
I didn't
family
even
and
notice it.
alcohol is being consumed, please drink
It's all the way on the
responsibly
bottom.
and
I
please
didn't even notice
designate
it.
a sober
Just one
driver or
Yeah, I
taxi.
just played it
Don't let
once. It's
tragedy
fine.
ruin
Were
your
you supposed to play
holiday
twice?
No.
celebrations. Drive safe
Most
and
likely it
drive
was just
sober.
once.
Thank
So,
you.
it's fine. And welcome back to Middleboro in Review here on WVBF 1530. Huh?
Williams Trading Post is open today, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. They're open today,
Till what time? Jeff?
9 to 5.
9 to 5.
Yep, they're open. And go down and get anything you need to get for the Christmas. It's last couple days. And I'm sure it's going to be busy around the malls and the stores today
so
as well.
If you need to finish up your shopping and you don't want to go to the malls, you want to go to the big stores, just go there. It's right on Route 28 in Middleboro, and you can pull in. There's parking right there, and there's plenty of things there to wrap up your shopping. And like a Christmas wreath, or I'm sure they get trees left. I mean, if you're one of those people who haven't put the trees up yet, and maybe I bet there's people out there that they put the trees up this weekend and they just celebrate Christmas and they take the tree down next weekend. But right, so what's the address and everything for Williams Trading Post?
The address is 556 Wareham Street, Middleborough, Mass. The number 508-947-1598.
In the 70th year
Yes.
in business. So that's an institution by itself.
Absolutely.
Pay
They're
a visit.
approaching the 71st year of being in business. So, at the Angel View Pet Cemetery in Middleborough, a couple weeks ago, there was a hero's send-off for a police dog in Quincy, a Quincy police dog. He died a couple weeks ago, and he was laid to rest in Middleborough. There was many police officers from Quincy, and I'm sure from other communities as well, that made the trip down to Middleborough and attended the funeral for the dog. And there is a little thing I want to read here. Memorial service was held this afternoon for Canine Major, who passed away from a medical incident on Saturday, December 7th. Major, a German Shepherd, was 6 years old. It admirably served the citizens of Quincy and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts for the past 5 years. Canine Major graduated from the Boston Police Department's Canine Academy and immediately certified both as an explosives odor detection and police patrol canine. So they had the funeral for him a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to mention it.
I know one thing. I actually was talking to a Weymouth K9 officer last month. And I was asking them, and they take the dogs home with them. That's, they take them home. And they live with the police officer. The K9s live with the police officer. That's their, they stay home with them, and they get so attached to them, like their own pets. So I can imagine how that the canine officer felt when this canine major died, because it's just like losing a family member almost. It's I mean, in the true respect of having a ceremony for the canine for major is definitely something that needs to be told and spoken about, because they do so much. And there was a canine with they had that raid in what was that, in Afghanistan? Or they got that ISIS guy about a month ago. Well, canine was hurt too, and I remember President Trump was talking about that, and I think they had the canine at the White House. I think after he got better. So I mean, it's a big deal. They do a lot. They help a lot. So that was a good story, Joe. Good eyeball on that one.
Thank you. We have Today in History now. We have one Today in History to talk about. India's first freight train starts operation in Roorkee, India. That was on this date in 1851. Birthdays we have two to report today. They happen to be on the same day. In 1949, Maurice and Robin Gibb, singers and songwriters for the band The Bee Gees. And they're both born on the same day. They would have been 70 years old today. And 17 years ago, we lost Joe Strummer, English singer-songwriter for the band The Clash. Got any thoughts?
On what?
On all of that.
Well, the Bee Gees, a wonderful band. I mean, they kind of reinvented themselves twice, because they were a popular band in the late 60s. Like songs like Massachusetts, and they were like that British invasion kind of music. And then reinvented themselves again in the 70s with the disco. And they've always been good. And I guess Barry Gibb, is he still recording?
Yeah, Barry Gibb, he came out with an album a couple of years ago. Don't remember what year. I think it was 2016.
Right. Yeah, it's too bad those the brothers had to pass away, because I'm sure there would have been a lot more music together.
Absolutely.
But I mean, the memories are still there, and like I said, and the Bee Gees are a great band. I mean, if you weren't a person who liked disco, go back and listen to this stuff from the late 60s then. I mean, if you didn't like their stuff they did in the 70s, like Saturday Night Fever stuff and all the stuff they did in the late 70s, 78, 77, 78, go back and listen to the stuff from 68, 69 then. Because it's more of like a British invasion pop, sort of. Different, totally different from, 10 years later. They went into the market and they made a lot of money. They probably made all their money with that. So I like both eras, to be honest with you. I kind of like, I like rock myself. I grew up with it, but I can appreciate that album because it's really good. The Saturday Night Fever album. A lot of people love it, and ABBA and all those, because they were good. They were revolutionary at the time.
All right,
right, Joe?
Yeah, they were absolutely very important. So was the Clash. They were very important as well.
Yeah, they revolutionary that kind of genre of rock. They came on the scene like in 1980, 80, really came on the scene with MTV. Rock the Casbah, that was their first hit.
Yep.
I remember that. I think I was 12.
So. All right, so that will do it for the Middleboro Review for December 22nd here on WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7 FM.
And what do we want to wish everyone?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Everyone have a safe and beautiful Christmas. And be safe.
We'll have a great show for you next week.
We'll have a wonderful show for you.
We're going to talk about the Sea-Wise Giant. Remember we were talking about that a little bit last week.
Right.
We're going to continue that conversation next week. And we're going to have a lot of good conversation about that as well. And we're going to take phone calls as well for the final show of 2019 for Middleboro Review. So we will be back next week. Have a great week, everybody. All right. Nice.
At least we're going to be able to talk about Christmas.
Yeah.
Important.
Oh, yeah, that's important. It's important. See you guys later. See you guys next week.
Who stayed on?